Hi guys, I'm Brennan Barnett. I'm a senior at Texas Tech University, and today I'm going to be doing a presentation on my senior thesis project of public awareness of water scarcity and its effects on humans and their overall development. So for this presentation, I used two of my disciplines, which are public relations and human development and family studies. While those two disciplines seem to be very, very different on two various ends of the spectrum, they actually synthesize very well to create a very unique and intriguing research opportunity. So I use human development and family studies to really dig deep and figure out how humans were affected by water scarcity, but not just on a concrete physical level. I really wanted to figure out how humans were affected by this issue on a mental and emotional level as well. A lot of people only consider how water affects humans physically, and I concluded that humans are highly, highly affected by this issue mentally, emotionally, and cognitively as well. So I use public relations to detect human knowledge of the issue and their awareness as well. So I just really wanted to figure out how many humans were aware of this issue in the public, mainly Americans, and figure out if they realized how complex of an issue this was in today's society. I also use public relations to figure out the most beneficial tactics and techniques to implement in a campaign or a message when informing the public of the importance and complexity of this issue. So, like I said before, these two disciplines really synthesize very well to create a very unique perspective of this topic that is not usually considered when water scarcity is at hand. With human development and family studies, like I said, I really wanted to dig deep into this topic and figure out how water scarcity and poor water sanitation is affecting humans on a more mental and emotional level versus physical. So in a study done in 2014, it detected how water scarcity and poor water sanitation is affecting humans. So in third world countries, a lot of them are not near as fortunate as us in America to have water on tap and just to be able to turn the water on and it be there. So they often have to search for water, and the search for water is traumatizing and places a huge burden on those who are searching. And oftentimes, women and children are the ones who search for water on a daily basis from morning to night. After boys get to about the age of 13, they don't search for water anymore, and it's just women and young girls who are left searching. As you can imagine, searching through woods and deserts, it places a huge burden on someone. You know, it's hot, it's cold, it's raining, and it's just an ongoing process as water is so scarce in those third world countries. And oftentimes when they do find water, it's poorly sanitized, and more people now than ever are dying from diarrheal deaths. So diarrhea is an effect of poor water sanitation, and majority of the deaths that do come from water are from diarrheal deaths. Also, poor water sanitation is causing very, very low IQ scores in children. So this study shows that the IQ scores of children are lower than ever before, and they're directly relating that to poor water sanitation and water scarcity. Like I said, water does not only have an effect on their mental health or on their physical health, but their mental health as well. So these women and children who are spending days and days and days searching for water are also emotionally traumatized and have told reporters that they feel like no matter how hard and how long they search, they're never able to find water, and it's the most pressing burden that they have ever had to carry. So as you can imagine, having that substantial of a burden on you as a woman or a child it can be very, very stressful. So these women and children are experiencing high levels of anxiety, which are directly resulting in mental illness issues. So right now, mental illness cases in women and children of third world countries are at an all-time high, and those are directly related to water scarcity and the search for water. Like I said, it is traumatizing, and it places a major, major burden on those who are responsible for searching for it. These mental illness cases are resulting in even more deaths because of suicide cases. So as you can imagine, water has more than an effect on just the physical health of humans. It is also deeply, deeply affecting humans mentally and emotionally more than we could ever imagine. Now we're going to move on to public relations. Like I said, I use public relations mainly to detect the awareness of the public and their awareness on the complexity of this issue and its prevalence in today's society. So most of the public was unaware of water scarcity and how it affected society today. A lot of people did not realize that water scarcity was even a thing in America today. They thought that it was mainly just third world countries who were experiencing this issue, and there was no reason for them to even worry about it. So another thing that was shown was those who have experienced some type of water scarcity, so whether it be drought or just a water shortage, they were more likely to be more accepting of water substantion techniques. Those who had not experienced any type of water scarcity issue, they were very resistant to water substantion techniques. They were not even willing to learn about water scarcity. So the number one thing that we could do is just inform the public of water scarcity and how complex this issue is and how deeply it affects Americans too, not just those in third world countries. And while the effects of water scarcity are still in their preliminary states right now in America, if we continue to use water freely and just at our own use, then we will get to the point where it is so, so scarce that it will affect us like those in third world countries. And I think that informing the public of how complex this issue is and how many aspects of it there are is so important. Like I said, I also use public relations to determine the best tactics to implement whenever creating a message or a campaign. I found that determining the audience's demographics is the number one thing that you can do before creating a message or creating a campaign. So most specifically their political ideology. It was found that conservatives are more resistant to water substantion techniques than liberals who are more accepting to water substantion techniques. So if you are, if your target audience is majority liberal, then your job might be a lot easier, and your message and campaign may not have to be as intuitive and direct as if it were conservatives. So conservatives, you might have to beat around the bush a little bit. You might have to find the best way to reach these people. So are they farmers? If they're farmers, then you might want to figure out how water scarcity would affect their crops and their cows and their livestock. The next thing that you can do is find someone who is credible to be the spokesperson for your message. So the public reacts the best to credibility. If you can find a trusted celebrity or a sports idol that has always put their best foot forward whenever it comes to environmental issues, that would be your best bet for finding a spokesperson who is trusted on all levels throughout the whole public. Like I said too, whenever you are determining your demographics, determining a celebrity who kind of fits a little bit of that demographic would be best as well. These two tactics would be the most effective when creating a water scarcity informative message, as they will really enhance the public's acceptance of the issue and hope to enhance their encouragement to react well to these water substantiation techniques that you are trying to implement. So in conclusion, my proposal for this issue is to, like I said first, just determine the demographics of your public before doing anything. And then tailor fit a message for your public. Not every public is going to react the same to every single message. So making sure that you know your public and know their demographics is crucial to success of your message. Second, is to find a credible spokesperson to relay your message, and then have them focus their content on mental illness. Right now, mental illness is very prevalent in today's society and is gaining more attention than ever before. So whenever people hear mental illness, they are automatically interested. They know that it is so pressing in today's society, and if you show the public that mental illness is as a result of water scarcity, I think that more people would be interested and intrigued and encouraged to try to stop this issue that is so present in today's society. Lastly, I think that just solely informing the public of how complex and pressing this issue is will be so beneficial. And telling them that even though it is America and we are very fortunate whenever it comes to water, if we keep using it as freely as we do, we will end up like third world countries who are searching for it every single day. And like I said, how this issue is in its preliminary states, it's not always going to be that way. So making a message and creating a message that will inform the public of how complex this issue is imperative if we want to see results and better this issue. So thank you for listening to this presentation. I hope you gained some insight on water scarcity and its effects on humans and our overall development. I hope you enjoyed.